Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Mama Lotus, the Oracle here. In a very strange way, I acknowledge that. You gotta excuse me because it's nighttime. Well, really it's morning, but it's night. It's early morning. Still dark outside, and I had work all night. I'm gonna try and figure out where to put my face so you can see me. I had work, which which requires me to be inside of a building, a warehouse with lights on, beaming lights. So when I get home, after being under them lights, them artificial lights, all for all them hours, I like to keep my lights as low as possible. So my room lights are off. My room light is off, but I have these little like Christmas lights things. So just a little bit light. But it's cool. It's more about what I'm saying, less of what you're seeing. I hope that's cool with y'all. So hey y'all, so this is my second video as Mama Lotus, the Oracle, and I'm just continuing to grow into this identity and into this calling. It really just makes me feel good when I think about it, when I say it, when I see myself being her. Because I just feel like it's so damn purposeful and so damn meant to be, and just is gonna be so also rewarding to myself, to you all, to the world, Craig, the world. Okay. We are still in full moon energy, which I always love for the most part, other than it making my body hold water. But it's okay. I actually eat a lot less carbs these days, so I think I'm a little less bloated than typical during the full moon phase, but I know it's for a purpose. It's always all for a purpose. No hate towards the moon ever at all whatsoever. All right, y'all. So I can't ignore my joy, my happiness. Today's March 9th, 2023. And so that means the day is I did the math, but I think I had done it wrong. So it's 3 plus 9, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus 7 from the 2023. So that's 9, 19, 9 plus 1, 1. Okay. New beginnings. Today's a new beginning. So yesterday was a 9, but it was also an 18. And for me, it was so significant. And I'm gonna have to share my heart with y'all. I'm gonna have to share my heart. It's raining outside where I'm at, and it's I know I'm just so in tune with nature and the earth these days, and so it got me wanting to cry, but not out of sadness necessarily. But I just want to say I had dreams, actual dreams years ago. Oh gosh, of numbers, particular numbers that for me have been percolating within me, around me, since then. I'm always being brought back to them to like see, to learn more of their relevance for me. And I swear to y'all, yesterday, March 8th, which also was International Women's Day, March 8th of 2023 of this year, felt like one of the most beautiful days ever. And also this day too, March 9th, is also feeling just as beautiful, if not even actually a little more. It's almost like the day yesterday, March 8th, it's almost like it was grabbing my like conscious attention. But then today, it's more so grabbing more of just my holistic attention. And it's doing something inside of me. And oh shit. And it's actually very significant when I think about it. I can't hold back. I gotta tell y'all. When I think about it, oh, okay, so okay, I got this. Okay. So, wow. I'm just okay. I gotta do a little bit of math to think about this other day. 12, so that 9, 10, 11, 21, 6, 27, 28, 9. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Am I tripping? 12 plus 6. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 45, 27, 7, 8, 9. That was a 9 too. Okay. Okay. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. Oh, shit. Okay, y'all. All right. So, I just want y'all to know I pulled, or I did a little reading. I let some cards come out. I'm going to share a message with y'all. Only oracle cards for this moment, this time. No tarot, and more intuitive sharing of the cards. But I have to share my heart with y'all as well. I can't do this type of thing objectively, not all the time, and probably not most of the time. I think that's what has brought me to this, is my heart. So now my heart's like, okay, I brought you here. You're not gonna just push me to the side. Okay. December 9th, 2022. Okay. I went back to December 9th, 2022 because that was 3 months ago now. From December 9th to March 9th. January 9th, February 9th, March 9th. 3 months. Okay. These days of the 9th have been very important to me and in my life since then. And if before then I just wasn't as aware, but definitely since then. December 9th is significant. December 9th, 2022. Significant for a couple of different reasons. One is it's the birthday of somebody that's very, very important to me and has been since I was like 19, I want to say, maybe 20. Y'all have heard me talk about twin flame on here before. Well, this person was the first person that I ever thought was my twin flame. And I'm gonna be honest, here's a human error, right? Because let me just so I've talked about my twin flame journey on here. Typically, so far, it's been in reference to a particular person. That particular person is currently blocked out of my life. I have blocked his access to me, and not the first time I've done it. Okay, but that person is not the same person who has the birthday on December 9th. Okay, that person has been blocked multiple times before in the past, over the past, 13 years? Blocked, unblocked, blocked, unblocked, ran away from, found, or reconnected. Very much like a twin flame journey. But yeah, currently that person isn't blocked anymore. There's a very significant reason as to why, because I was in need. I was in need, and the person who was the more recent person in my life that I'm thinking, oh, this one is my twin flame. I was in need partially because of actions and behaviors done by him, followed by basically what I felt and what I feel was a dismissal of me in a time of need that I was only in, again, due to, him. When I was seeking resolution, it was as if it was not welcomed. But it was just very interesting because I was only seeking resolution because of something that, seeking resolution of an issue that was caused by his behavior. It's very interesting. So right now we're not connected. I blocked him. It wasn't just that, it was a buildup of things, and I had been being strong, being just trying to hang in there, work things out, be open, vulnerable. But you can't sustain something with someone that is requiring vulnerability and you're the only one being vulnerable. I feel in my heart it was a situation that was brought on due to him being in need and not expressing that, instead taking the ugly route to unfortunately hurt somebody close to him, because that's how he deals with his triggers. And I could not stand for that. It had been done before, and I wasn't going to allow it to be done again. it had been done before, and I've had conversation with him about it, brought up why that's not right. Don't do that to me, please. I don't like that. And I tried to do that again, and I don't know what was wrong. I could not allow somebody to think that that's okay, though, to remain connected to me, have access to me knowing how somebody benefits from me. I couldn't allow that. So I had to remove myself from that, whatever was going on with him, because he tried to make I think with his actions, if I was to stay around, it would have been more about me. He wouldn't have been able to see that it's actually about him. I tried to ask and see if he was okay. He said he was. So when he said that, I was like, well, this is how you're making me feel. Why are you doing this? We already had this conversation. Please don't do that. And it was just a very dry situation. And because it was over text, and I've made it very clear many times, I prefer phone conversation, especially to resolve something that is of an emotional nature, or speak of something that is an emotional nature. Really just about anything. I prefer calling, but I've been compromising. But that needed to be a phone conversation, so I called and got smoothly dismissed. And was unheard, and so then I felt unfelt and just uncared for. But it's almost like a situation where it's like somebody like does something to you, they sting you or whatever, and then you're coming back like, but look, this is how you hurt me, and I want us to fix it, and I just want you, you're just coming with you're kind of, I guess, being the bigger person or whatever, or maybe you just love that person so much, so you're just willing to try and make them see like, hey, that wasn't right. Like, but I'm not trying to throw you away. I want us to resolve this. I have to tell you why it's not right, and I'm gonna need you to acknowledge this and not do this again, especially because we've had this conversation before. Because I wouldn't do this to you. And I don't know if you're doing it consciously, so I want to talk about it. And then they were like, no, basically, like, no. And to me, that's like saying, I want you to sit with this pain and this hurt that I've caused you, because secretly I'm feeling the same kind of pain and I don't want to be by myself and feeling it. And that's not the way you resolve that. If you are somebody who does that, look, I'm somebody who understands pain and healing and wounds and being abused, all of that stuff. You can't do that to people. You don't hurt people who haven't hurt you. It's, I don't know. You gotta be careful. And I've told him this before. You gotta be careful with the people who love you for real. Especially when you know you are going through some things, you're healing and stuff. Let people know, like, hey, I need some space right now or something like that. But you can't poke at somebody and expect them to just sit back and take it just because, well, you did it because you're going through something and you don't even want to admit it. It's just that I figured that part out because I'd seen it before and because I'm pretty intuitively aware, especially if somebody that I love for real, but I love me more. So yeah, y'all, that kind of is on my heart. But self-love, period. So this December 9th, 2022, That person I just spoke about was blocked before December 9th, 2022 for like 2 months. We had dated, we had talked, he had pursued me. We went through things, and then eventually I ended things and blocked him, and it was like 2 months he was blocked. December 9th, he approached me at work with a significant gift. Thoughtful, significant. It meant something to me. It was, to me, a divine move, a move involving the divine, because to me it was that, because I had been wanting to talk to him, been feeling like, I miss him, I want to talk to him. Like, we had built a friendship. I miss my friend, you know. Maybe I was right, maybe I was wrong, I don't know, but that's what happened. I was already feeling that way and wasn't reaching out. And as far as he knew, I was actually dealing with someone else. No one knew how I was secretly feeling, really feeling like I wanted to reconnect. Somehow, something happened in the skies, and then he ended up pursuing me, like, in order to find me and give me this gift. And I really hadn't seen him like that up close, talked to him for like 2 months, except some, like, hey, in passing. But so he touched my heart with that move, especially because at the time I was wanting to talk to him anyway. And so, and I mean for real, wanting to talk, like at home at night crying because I miss him. So then when he approached me at work with this big gift, couldn't hide it. It did something, followed by those desires. So I'm like, well, gotta unblock him and say thank you. So that's what I did. And we began talking again. Okay, so he did that on December 9th. And I know the date. I remember the date because I definitely went back over text message, because I had texted him. Like I said, text him and said thank you. And of course we began talking after that. But when I went back looking over the text messages, it was definitely literally like, when I said thank you, it was December 9th, 9 p.m. So I remembered that. But that also made me remember that somebody else's birthday was that day as well. A significant person also born that day, who I had also had emotional turbulence with in the past. But really, to be honest with you, by that date I hadn't spoken to him in almost a year, if not just about a year, if not just a little over a year. It had been a while. I had moved across the country and he did not come. So me and him were disconnected. But basically, like, that little bit of back and forth that I had with the person that gave me the gift, multiply that by 15, 10, 15, 20, and you got me and the other guy. Basically, that back and forth stuff. But granted, he never came to me with no big gifts. No. In other ways, he came with gifts. That's why I love him. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. Anyway, his birthday is that day. So it was to me, and I'm a very spiritual person. I could list you many different synchronicities and magical proof of magic and spirit and purposeful, intentional energy. I could If I could tell you about things for days. So for me, that was big. And it almost was kind of telling me, though, at the time, hey, Internet, you are moving forward from this past situation that really had you up and down for how many years? Long time. Long time. Never did love anybody else more than I loved that person. But then this person who was bringing me the gift, it was becoming pretty similar. Mm-hmm. Um, yeah. So, I mean, I gotta be honest with y'all, I'm still confused about the situation. Cause, yeah, he's blocked. That one. There's, I don't know. I don't know. I'm still healing. You know, I'm still healing my heart, and I'm still on a path. Till the day I'm no longer on this earth physically, I'm still on a path that is really, at this point, I know it was all about love, with self-love at the core. Definitely. So that December 9th is very significant for me. Um, that person who was left in the past across the country, whose birthday was that day, even though it had been over a year or about a year, it's still very significant to my life. Actually, by that point, I knew always would be, because all the time spent in relation to him and my learning of life, my learning of myself, my learning of love, and my very turbulent journey through love, with love, when it comes to other people, not just boyfriends. So anyway, that date's very important. Okay. And something else just tugged at my heart, because then I think about the fact that I was born at 9:09 p.m. according to my birth chart, or my birth certificate. All these nines. So, okay. So then we get to January 9th, right? January 9th, 2023. What happens? So I'm back in touch with the more recent guy, right? The more recent possible twin flame. The one that brought me the gift. So now here's January 9th. So this is basically 1 month of us being in touch. Back in touch. January 9th comes around, and by that point he's planning a trip for his birthday to go out of town. And he's asked me to join him. So I'm like, yeah, of course. By this point, I know I'm wanting a relationship. He's not yet sure. But by this point, we're both aware that we have a bond that we are tending to. But I'm making it very clear what I want. I know I want a serious relationship that's intended for marriage and children and all of that stuff. And we're not really aligned there all the way, at least not in terms of articulation of that. And so, yeah, that was kind of becoming a pain point by that point. But I'm just trying to practice being a good friend, because I do care about this person for real, and about our connection that we were tending to in a as much as respectfully as possible. May I add. So January 9th comes, and I I'm he propositions me with an idea for us to progress make progression on this trip. Make sure this trip happens. So he asks me to he asked me if I could buy our tickets. Or asked me if I want to buy our tickets, and he would pay me back. Buy our plane tickets, because the price was going up. So it's like, we need to lock these in, or we ain't gonna make it. So I utilized my resources in ways that I actually did not want to. Self-love point to come back to. In a way I didn't want to. But with the going off of him saying I'm going to pay you back. But it was his birthday, so I wanted to also be a part, have it partially be like, go contributing for your birthday, but also the other piece of that is I didn't want to have to pay all that money. Like, all of that money. So, I in my mind, like, there's a possibility I might not get this money back. And I've just learned to think that way in terms of dishing out money for people. Because I used to do it a whole lot. And I've stopped. And then I caught up with this trip for him. And it puts a bad taste in my mouth when I think about it. I don't like it. I don't like that I did that to myself. I think it's time to really dig into that, because I haven't really been digging into it. But maybe somebody's going to listen to this and can learn. So I will. And I guess I betrayed myself with that, because I was paying off credit cards. I've always had a struggle in the area of money. And I know a big part of it is because the energy that I carry, energy that I put out into the world, has often been, it's typically always more selfless than not too selfless. Like, no self-preservation for real, financially. Always feeling like I have to pay a debt. Like I owe life for, I don't know. And I know it's a part of a childhood wound, a deep one. When I was young, I was placed in foster care. And eventually, I was adopted. But I was placed in a home with other children. So the home had two biological children, older. My adoptive brother and sister, legally, they are that. And then I had two foster siblings. I always called them like my cousins. Basically, they became my brother and sister as well. But for whatever reason, I was the only one out of us three that were added to the home. I was the only one adopted. Like, all the way adopted. Name changed, biological family, no contact. My foster cousins, who were brother and sister to each other, they were not adopted. They were maintained under legal guardianship. So they still had connection with their family, their biological family, who basically became like my family too. There's a lot of wounds for me in the area of family, y'all. A lot. So I just remember like I used to unfortunately be victimized by my adoptive brother, who's the oldest in the house, and the oldest of us all. And he would molest me, and I've been healing that wound for a long time. So come a long way with that. But I guess really the thing is, like, I've always been like this advocate for other youth, and it really started with my little cousins. And but then also, like, I fell in love with my adoptive mom, and so I also would like, I always was so defensive about people that I love, but never really about myself. I think at times I tried to be, and then it was shut down, so I gave up. And I think I started to feel like it was righteous to still be that way for others, and it was just better for me to be quiet about myself. One, because I was never empowered really in that area, and two, it was a part of us, to me, a trait of selfishness that I don't think I really had for real. Or at least if I did, it wasn't cultivated. But the selflessness was serving, taking care, forgetting about how I feel, what I think, what I want. All that was pretty cultivated and empowered and fed and fueled. So going to church, it was the same. It was definitely fed at church. Like, so, I don't know. I just know at some point, as far as at my house or in my family, being grateful was important, became very important. To me, it became like a surfboard to ride the waves, because it wasn't just sexual abuse, but there was oftentimes physical abuse from my adoptive mom, basically like discipline tactics that I don't agree with still to this day. Very disrespectful, self-esteem breaking, spirit breaking actions that should never happen with a child, for real. So, I think, I don't know. I think I was fed a lot of guidance and direction, information that taught me about gratitude, taught me about, definitely at church, I bet, I'm sure. Give thanks. Praise God. So gratitude became something I became real good at. Very, very good at. Like I said, it became like a surfboard over my emotions for me over my emotions. I ain't never surfed a wave, a real wave in my life. But man, I surfed them emotional waves, boy. I surfed the hell out of them. Gratitude. So I do remember almost I guess at a very young age I just began to believe that I was undeserving of things that I wanted. Guess it could stem from, wanting my biological family and not getting them. I remember I remember one Christmas, my godfather, which was my adopted mom's cousin, he asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I really just put needs for real. I put like some socks. It was just needs. I remember because he would bring it up. And it was funny because I think at some point I realized, oh, they like that. They like for you not to ask for stuff. The adults in my life. I remember we would go places and, we'd be told, don't be asking for nothing. Don't ask for nothing. So I got good at that. I became a people pleaser, and especially an adult pleaser. That included being like, what you call it, teacher's pet at times. But see, I also had this super duper, I tell you, when I say defensive, I ain't lying. I had a best friend in elementary school. I would fight literally people that would bully her. So I wasn't all the way this people pleasing, because when it came to those that to me were mine, I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna get in trouble and I don't care. But like when it came to just like me, it was like, I'm trying to please you. I need your approval. I need your validation. I need the good grades. I need the awards. All of that. So with my adoptive mom, it really became a thing of just, I'm grateful. And the main thing, the core was, I'm grateful for you taking me in and adopting me and treating me like your own, even though you don't have to. You didn't have to. And that was a repetitive thing. I remember because for birthdays and Christmas, I would write that in her birthday cards. Always saying, I'm going to pay you back. I'm going to pay you back. Feeling like I needed to pay for my position, pay for the physical security that I felt and believed that she provided, despite the harm done on the inside of those secure walls. But for me, it was the walls that kept me from having to sleep on the street like all the homeless people I would see and think about when it would rain. I would think about people who didn't have shelter when it would rain. Like, where do they sleep? And I'm like, I have a place to sleep, and could easily been not the case. I think I also had some experiences in other homes. I had a few other homes that I spent time in, brief amounts of time, in between my time at Yolanda's, or my adopted mom's. And just encountered some real cruel folks, girls, and to me, just felt more unsafe. I don't know. You're a child. You don't really understand this stuff or how you're processing it all. But I had a bunch of different situations occur. So it all boiled down to me feeling like I needed to pay. I needed to pay up. So I have paid a lot. I've paid a lot in ways that I wasn't really, should not have felt like I had to. So I've carried that, So thus, I've had lots of struggles financially due to paying up in many different ways. Feeling like I'm supposed to give of me and mine. I should. You should give. You should. Like that. Learning to say no to giving to people who I love has been one of the most difficult things for me to learn. So here I meet this guy who, by the way, though has some similarities to the person whose birthday is on the 9th versus, so the person who brought the gifts to me on the 9th versus the person whose birthday was on the 9th, December. That person whose birthday was on the 9th, I must say financially, I can't remember him ever taking a dime from me. I don't think so. I mean, but shit, we had lots of emotional stuff, so listen. But this person who came with the gifts, it's such a such a interesting situation, right? Like, bring me the gifts, and then not too long after that, I'm spending shit close to $1,000 for your birthday. So I think I needed to talk about that for real, because I really haven't been, and it really makes me feel yucky when I think about it. So I hope y'all don't mind. And if you do, I don't care. This is my channel. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm releasing that. You gotta talk about stuff. You gotta release it. And you know what? I deserve everything that I want, that I need. I deserve, at this point in my life, 33, I deserve to be spoiled by life for real. I deserve to receive. I was made to receive. I'm a woman. I am of yin energy dominantly. Even though growing up, I was more yang. Tomboy, basketball, strong. I'm the strength of the group, of the shit. For real. Oh, man. So, made to receive. Been told no a lot of times and just not accepting that no more. But told no a lot of times because I was telling myself no. Because somewhere along the lines, I believed, no, you only get what you need. Just the bare minimum. You don't need much. You don't need much. I've said that so many times to people, especially guys I've dealt with. I don't need much. I don't ask for much. You deserve everything. Listen, if you're resonating with me, you deserve everything good. everything that'll make you happy, everything that would increase your joy. You deserve it. You gotta pay attention to people who will take from you before they give to you. Can't wait too long for somebody to reciprocate. Because before you know it, you'll be empty. And then they're done with you. So, yeah, I did that. January 9th, I bought our plane tickets. And I wish I could say that's where the paying of his birthday trip stopped, but it wasn't. Because he wanted a rental car. And he really wanted a fancy rental car, like fancy. And I was like, look, if I'm contributing, again, this was me not being authentic because I didn't want to give no more money to this, especially since by that point my birthday had passed. And I mean, I got gifts. I got gifts from him, but the comparison to what I was doing, shit didn't compare. So when I say I got gifts, I mean I got gifts from him, but it was very lackluster. So, and I guess I'll just add, because like I said, typically I'm a very grateful person. So that's what kept me in that space of, oh, okay. Even though when I was asked, what do you want for your birthday? And I listed off what I wanted, which weren't gifts, like physical, tangible gifts. They were things that I wanted to do, memories I wanted to create. And all that was brushed to the side. It never happened. Still. Even after I brought it all up again. After his birthday. So, yeah, y'all, I needed this because my heart's so soft. I was starting to, like, miss him again. And I have to do this so I can know better. No. Don't even gotta be mean or hateful about it. It's just no. No more of me for you. So, yeah. January 9th, I bought the tickets. Our tickets together was at least $600. And like I said, I think the part that really hurt me was that I know I didn't have it like that to give. So I was in my head kind of like, there's a possibility I might not get this money back. I'm going to believe that he's going to pay me back like he said he would. He never did. Not even just for his ticket. I guess it just surprises me sometimes how much people will ask for. Because then when he started talking about the rental car, I'm like, damn. And he was trying to go big. I'm like, bro, come on now. Listen. So I started to kind of draw a line, but it was like, dang. It shocks me for real how much people will ask for. But you know what's crazy? I just gotta throw this part out there. He had a situation where some girl had kind of done that to him. Like asked for money from him. And this was before we had first disconnected for the 2 months where I had him blocked. Yeah, me finding out that information kind of, contributed to me disconnecting myself because I'm like, I didn't know y'all's relationship was that tight to where she could be asking you for $300, and you gave it to her with no question. And there was other stuff too that had come up because we had tried to date, and then I'm like, okay, this isn't working. So then it's like, okay, well, let's just be friends. And then we start being friends, and he starts opening up about all this other stuff about this other chick. And I'm like, wait, the whole what? So no. So I removed myself then. That was again though the first round of the blockage for 2 months. So anyway, he had that situation happen to him and was complaining about it. And so now that I'm going over this and with y'all right now, I'm like, damn, that's crazy because you did to me what somebody else pretty much did to you. So it's like y'all are aligned for real. Cause I'm like, you want to know what I did shortly after our situation? Shortly after the trip, not long, because listen, we left for the trip. This is where the next ninth of the month comes into play. We left for the trip in February, a day in February, and returned February 9th. February 9th. So there's January 9th. So there's December 9th, January 9th, and there's February 9th. We returned from the trip February 9th. Today's March 9th. It really ain't been long. And we're already disconnected. So already between February 9th and March 9th, I have returned just about everything that he's gotten me. Which, I mean, I must say, you still ain't touching how much I gave you. And nobody likes to feel like they have to tally. But see, somebody like me on my path, I gotta tally. I think all this time I just been like, I don't want to tally, I don't want to do that. I love this guy, and I believe he cares about me, in a similar way. So I didn't want to be tallying, but no, it's time to start tallying because obviously I attract users, takers, and he was probably the sweetest, most sugar-coated taker and user that I've ever dealt with. Hence why I felt so much for him and feel for him the way that I do, and really have given him passes and stuff, or just I don't know. But I also feel like I've been healing too, but it's when it all boils down, it's like, damn, your mask was really cool, really effective. Because then what happened that made it to where he's blocked now, it was almost like a mask fell off. And I felt all the yuckiness just come out. It was very piercing, stinging. It was like, you're trying to hurt me on purpose. And I always would say, you don't know if you may not know you're doing this, or this the effect you're having, but you know what? I also had to tell him, it don't matter if you don't know. It don't matter after a certain while that if you're not doing it consciously or intentionally, because the effect is going to be what it is. You still can cause damage. I told him, I said, people die every day from being shot accidentally or being shot and killed, and they were not the aim, or they weren't the target. So it don't matter. You don't just stop at, well, I didn't mean to, or that wasn't my intention. That's not where the conversation stops. If anything, that's where it takes another level deeper, because now we got to figure out, well, why are you making these unconscious behavior? Why are you behaving unconsciously, subconsciously this way? What's really in you for real? So I had already told him that before I tried to still continue working things out, you know. And so a week after that big conversation where I'm like, your intentions can be good, but you can still cause damage when you're unaware of yourself and how you treat people. So literally, like maybe a week after that, he comes with just some really ugly energy. And like I said, I felt like I was being stung. First just through text message, then in person, and then text message again. It was like, okay, you're not gonna dismiss me and not get blocked. Well, you're not gonna hurt me, then dismiss me and keep in touch with me. No. So I literally said, oh, you dismiss me? Oh, then you're blocked. I'm not playing this game. So now it's March 9th. And I'm disconnected from him. I'm connected with the person from my past. But, I mean, we're at a distance. But you know what? I'm most connected with myself right now. And I'm seeing dreams literally come true. And I believe it's just time for me to receive. Because even that other person from my past, he know. we have open conversation. Pretty cool. I have pretty open conversation with both of them. For what I think is us being open, right? But me and that other person, like, we've been through a lot. Been through a lot up and downs. And so I've tried to like get rid of them over and over again. But like I said, like, yeah, I ended up being in need. And in a way that in the past, when in need like that, he was the person that I was able to rely on. So it happened again. But I also feel like he may always be in my life, one way, shape, form, or another, because I've always cared about him. But so now it's March 9th, and I'm single. It's March 9th, and the day before today, March 8th, feels like the skies have opened up for me. Like, for me and me only. And I'm not even talking about no relationship. I'm just talking about energy and me seeing these dreams come true regarding these numbers that are to direct me and speak to me on behalf of my angels and my demons. And I'm just excited to see what this all means. So even in terms of having given so much, I can't help but to feel and believe I'm getting it all back, and then some plus. So no hard feelings. Yeah. I must tell you, because I promise you, I've had these dreams and they felt special. And money is related. I must tell you, money is related. Money is related. Look, I feel like my heart knows something and my mind doesn't. My heart is like, shh, it's a surprise. I'm cool with that. I like surprises. I must tell you, look, I don't have the information for real, but I feel it. I can feel it. So listen, y'all. So no pity party based, with what I was sharing with y'all, because I'm healing. I've been healing for years. I've had a lot of therapy, okay? I'm learning self-love. I began learning self-love for real, maybe a few years. For a few years now, I've been like really intentionally being aware of self-love and, and embracing selfishness. So no pity party for me. Some things just make you cry when you talk about them. And I'm still learning stuff. I'm still on my path. And now in my mama Lotus phase with my whole mama rap, I get to confidently share with y'all how it's going and connect with those who relate to me and help y'all as I am being honest about my own stuff. Cause I can't get on here and hold my heart back. She won't rest. Nah, she said, this is my show. What is you talking about? this is all because of me. But in my mind up there like, hey, don't forget about me too. And my heart like, since when do I ever forget about you? Now you may forget about me. Look, they're going back and forth. Okay, listen. I told y'all I had 3 cards that come out. All right. So they're all oracle cards. The first one is the tortoise. That's how you say it. When changes are made for the sake of change itself, resist. No change is just for the sake of change itself. I used to be the person that wanted that. Just wanted change just because we can change something. Like, why not? We can do it. Just because you can do it don't mean that you should. So, yeah. I like that because it's in alignment with like things going on with me. Kind of. Yeah, it's like aligning with the need for me to practice patience with some things for me. I feel like I'm getting, and this is not just like all about me, but it's also to help those, like I said, those of you who can relate. So I was gonna say, sometimes you gotta stay put in order to receive what you're supposed to while in that position. Excuse me. Ain't that funny how that happened right after I finished that statement? I'm gonna say it again. Sometimes you gotta stay put in order to receive everything you're supposed to receive while in that position. You gotta finish eating this plate before you move on to the next. Cause you know you got more plates coming. Hey now. Why not? It's time to feast. Okay, then we got fairies, earth magic. This came out. I just get the sense like, hey, yo, if you resonated with me, and this is also speaking to myself, earth is on your side right now. Boo. Earth is on your side. Nature from the top to the bottom and all around is on your side. Yes, because you are assisting in renewing Mother Earth and bringing this new earth on and shedding the old earth. Hell yeah. Earth magic, because Mother Earth is real and alive and roaring. I can't really say that word for real. Can you tell? Roaring, roar, like roar. Yeah, nope, not even gonna do it. Like what a lion does. So, hell yeah. Stay put. Slow down. Get it all, boo. Ooh, get it all. Let your anxiety go, because, ooh, you being so nurtured. And you can't really be nurtured for real. You rushing. What's that, Chris Brown? Yeah, I don't know your name, but oh wait, didn't he say something like moving too fast, or what's the other one? Slow down. I just want to get to know you. Bobby V. But yeah, like you gotta slow down, cause it's like walking down the red carpet. Everybody trying to give you something. You want all those roses, boo. Get them all. Earth magic, fairies. So I feel like I definitely need to like be aware of this card, because I promise I keep hearing my name. Like, who's calling my name? But definitely got some magical energy around you, being gifted by the earth for real, because y'all connected. Yeah. And then freedom. Remember when I said I feel like I always just feel like I have a debt to pay. Did you know freedom from paying debts is, hell yeah. Listen, the debt been paid. Matter of fact, you're getting more than what you expected ever did dish out, because there wasn't no debt for you to pay. People that have been stealing from you for real, and you are owed so much more than what you will ever know. But you about to start finding out. I'm gonna end it here, y'all. For now, for here, I'm gonna end it here. Oh shit, I didn't expect that, but I like them types of moments and sessions. So I hope you got something. And listen, now I'm starting to put my contact information in the description of my videos, because first I wasn't ready to be contacted by nobody, so now I could take an email too. So you can contact me at Lotus at thelotusland.net. I'ma just ask that you don't go, or you don't come at me talking about, hey, where that website at? Lotusland.net, because it ain't ready for you yet. But that is the email address, and I can at least get your email. So yeah, if you got any questions or something, maybe want to read it, check me out. I got you. Mama Lotus, the Oracle, signing out. Till next time. Peace.